What up? Team Pineapple. Yes. Welcome back. We got the Quinn for the win.
Hello, everybody.
On the pineapple. And this is live. All about the good vibes. And today we got a question. From my buddy Andrew.
Yes, we love these questions.
Shout out
Keep
to
it
you,
rolling
Andrew.
in.
Shout out to you. And shout out to you for being able to even, ponder a question like this. Because remember, ladies, hey, some of us, we are sensitive.
Yeah, this is from a male entity.
Yes. A real man's man.
What does that mean?
It
man's
means very similar to the pineapple.
Oh, okay. Okay, like the homie.
No, like a man, like very
a...
sturdy, very rooted into the ground. If you've seen the pineapple's tree stumps, you'd be like, oh yeah, that guy's really has a really strong foundation.
Okay, so a grounded male person.
Yes.
Okay.
So the question is, at what point does self-love become selfish?
Ooh.
At what point does self-love become selfish? So we're going to throw that over to you, Miss Quinn.
You see, so this kind of, I feel like there's a little...
There's different layers. It's loaded.
Yeah. It's loaded because I almost want to ask, what do they mean by self-love, right? Like, how do they see self-love to where it could be selfish? Because there is a part of self-love that is selfish because it requires you to have time to yourself, right? And so
I mean selfishness.
Yeah, same thing. Being selfish, right? Selfishness, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So there is a part of self-love where it is selfish in the fact that it's about time for you so you can release, right? Go to your healthy outlet, you release, you make space for yourself, you heal, all of that. And then, because when I think of being selfish or having selfishness, you're hurting other people, right? And that's when it feels selfish because you're hurting people in the process. So at one point, it's almost like I want to say, if it comes to the point where your self-love practice isn't about creating space to be mindful of other people's feelings and being considerate of other people, then it will become like you're like full on just selfish. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Because selfishness sounds negative when I hear that. From this question, it sounds very negative. So if someone's like being hurt, and even that too, right? You can't help people being hurt. I kind of like how you responded to him, because you said there's layers of this, because there's you finally saying yes to the self-love journey, carving out some time, and some people might be not okay with that because they used to get your time. So then they may call you, oh, you selfish, whatever.
So let's break it down. Break it down. So say you're just single, right? And you practice your self-love.
Yeah.
Is that selfish?
In a way, yeah. Absolutely. I was like, in a way, yeah.
Self-love, your self-love practice is selfish.
Yeah.
It is very, very selfish. But that's the thing. It is a great selfish. Do you know why it's a great selfish? Because when you practice your self-love, it increases your EQ. It increases your awareness, your emotional intelligence. And what it does is it helps you to be more compassionate, more understanding. It helps you to grow your perspective. You see, that's what your self-love practice does. See, when a lot of people think of self-love and their practice, they don't realize a lot of the resulting from it are all these things, right? Compassion, understanding, listen better, more aware, perspective grows, more empathetic, right? More compassionate, more understanding,
more mindful, right?
Mindful.
So then you're very mindful. You have the space to like hear people out. If they even do have an issue with you, you'll be able to really like move along relationships very gently and very with love, right? Instead of causing more friction in your life.
So that's the thing. Your self-love, it is selfish, but it is a great selfish because it helps you to become a better you. It helps you to become a better person. You see, a lot of the things that we do that are selfish, it's more just for us. See, if you told somebody you were going to be more mindful for them, right? Like you're going to be in a relationship, right? Sharing your life with another person. If you let them know, hey, I'm going to be more compassionate. Hey, I'm going to be more understanding. Hey, I'm going to be more empathetic. Hey, guess what? I'm actually going to listen better. I'm going to listen more. Hey, did you know that with me practicing my self-love, it's going to be able to accomplish all of those things? Hey, wouldn't you want me to be more mindful of how you feel? Then self-love by practice is what is needed so that is able to happen. So it can just be an instinct. So it could just happen instead of me waiting for you to tell me what to do and how to do it. I'll actually be proactive. See, that's where self-love, what is the question? Does it become selfish or selfishness? I like to suggest no. You see, what I had mentioned to my buddy
if it's
Andrew.
true self-love, like self-love practice, right? Yeah.
When you practice your self-love, it makes you better for everyone. You see, it makes you a better person. So, for example, I had mentioned to my buddy Andrew, what it does is it let me bring it up.
Yeah, your response was really good, right?
He asked me, so I basically told him, nope, not at all, not at all. It is it can be a hindrance to others because they may not understand it.
Right. Yeah.
And it takes time away from them. Takes time away from them, takes time away from their kids, takes time away from the other responsibilities that another person believes that we should be doing. Right? And at the same time, it could also be threatening because it may trigger other insecurities that another person may have, especially when they're close to us. And see, and those two things right there is when we do get better, other people feel it, they see it. And what do people do when they feel like they're going to lose something? They grab on even tighter.
They try to control you even more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I like to suggest to take the selfishness out of the self-love practice. When there's another person involved, or there's a family involved, or there's other dynamics involved, other people involved, what is key is your communication. To be able to let them know and communicate, this is why I'm doing this. This is what's going to happen. And that's why it'll be better for us in the short term and in the long term. Because guess what? For us men, we communicate very, very poorly. And what women need is someone to let them know and communicate every step and why they're doing it, why the decision was made, and what their thought process was behind it. So if you have a partner who just all of a sudden, because here's the other thing, right? You're with someone, and out of the blue, they're like doing other things, right?
Yeah.
They want to better themselves. What, you?
What are you doing?
Well, we've been together, 5, 6
Who's
years
this
now?
for? You know? Where you going?
And all of a sudden, you don't want to watch TV. You've been home with me all the time, and now you want to better yourself? Now you want to get out and work out? Where the hell is this coming from? Right? Normal response. And so that's where the communication needs to be mentioned immediately. I'm making this decision. I want you to be a part of it. I want you to know why I decided to do this. I want you to know what I want to, or I'm going to accomplish with it, and why it's going to be better, not only for myself, but for us as a whole. What woman is going to say, you know what? I still don't give a shit. And if they do, all you can do is say, hey, This is what I'm going to do. I would appreciate it if you would support me on it because I want to feel better. Mm-hmm. I need to be better. Mm-hmm. You know, I feel like my headspace has become super negative. Mm-hmm. I know you have seen it. I know you've felt it. And I do not want to continue along this path. I want to get on that healthier path. Who doesn't want to get healthy?
Yeah.
And if the person that you're with or you share the space or you share the connection with still resistant, well, guess what? It's not the self-love practice. It's the insecurities of the other person, and it's their closed mindset. And that's unfortunate. And that is something completely different. It's not self-love practice.
Yeah.
It's not self-love is too selfish. It's not you picking self-love over your partner or your kids. No. You're picking, you're choosing to practice. You're choosing to be better. You're not choosing that over your family, you know? And if that's what they try, you know, because people, they will manipulate things. Mm-hmm. It's not the practice. It's the individuals. It's the individuals. So
nicely broken down.
So at what point does self-love become selfishness?
If it's not self-love, that's what I want to
When
say.
it's not self-love,
yeah,
and when it's not communicated, right? Because that's one of the great, what is it? Results from your self-love practice. You're able to articulate your words even more clearly.
You're able to close the gaps. You see where the gaps are, and you have the space, and you have the skills to close it.
Exactly.
With love.
Exactly.
Right? The love that you've created inside of yourself, you're going to be able to use that love with your relationships.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
that's why we always say it's key. And then there's a second question.
We'll save that one for
okay. So
there's
a part 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
So at what point does self-love become selfishness?
When it's not.
When it's not. And we know it. We know. You know when you're
right? Is it self-pleasure? Is it instant gratification? That is not self-love.
I'll give you a quick story of how this plays out. I have a buddy who mentioned with his partner, his wife. He told his wife when they started their marriage, he goes, "Hey, you know what? I go fishing, twice a month. And this is what's going to happen, and I want to be upfront. I want you to know this, and that every 2 weeks I go fishing, whether it's with my buddies or with." And she goes, "Okay, I understand.
Yeah,
I'll let you know where I'm at. If you need to know, I'll let you know.
Okay,
where
upfront.
Where it's at." And she goes, "Okay." So every month he has his 2 fishing trips. 6 months goes by, he hasn't missed a weekend. A year goes by, he hasn't missed a couple weekends. Maybe he missed one here or there, but he says, "Hey."
But it's been consistent.
It's been consistent. He says consistent. And he looks to me and he goes, "You know what? The funny thing is, I don't own a fishing pole. I don't go fishing, and I don't even know where the water's at."
Okay.
The point of the story is, you see, when it's self-love. You see, and when it's not. You see, when my buddy had mentioned fishing, he knows what real fishing is. He just didn't do the fishing. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So he was selfish. He's doing other things. Nothing to do with the fishing. When it's not.
Okay.
So, just a, story.
I was trying to follow that. I was like, okay, he's not out fishing.
No.
He's doing something else.
Doing something else.
Doing
something else.
And depending what that something else is, you'll know if it's actually self-love or not.
Exactly. And the other is communication. Yeah, it's communication. So with that said, any last thoughts, Ms. Quinn? 15 minutes. 15.
Okay, nope, we're good. Good. I've heard this question before, so I'm glad that we addressed it. Yeah.
Well, that's it.
You'll see more from us. Listen to our podcast. Click on the link. Okay, bye.